The Deme situation has become genuinely embarrassing. Wait, what the fuck's going on? What is this about?
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So it looks like we're returning to the Deme situation yet again. We have achieved a trilogy, ladies and gentlemen, because Deme just simply can't stop tweeting about her current drama. If someone was close to her and actually cared about her well-being, they would—
But Rev, how dare you, Rev? How could you say shit like this? Do you know how this is absolute chud, fascist Nazi rhetoric? Do you know why? Can't you see she's disabled? I'm fucking disappointed.
Be jumping on her phone like it's an active grenade, because the more she posts on social media, the worse she looks. She has doubled, tripled, and even quadrupled.
I just can't imagine putting disabled like in my bio. Like, how do you let that define you as a person?
On her recent mean girl behavior and even her hypocrisy regarding the related situations, and now she has stooped to a new low, posting very clearly fake screenshots of her critics to try to slander them and get a quick own on them while justifying her own recent behavior. Also in this video, we're going to be looking at the defenders of Deme, and let me just say, they are a very interesting bunch, trying to cope with the fact that there's recent clips of Deme perhaps being pounded live on stream, as well as
Wait, hold on. That's not where I thought this was gonna go. Wait
with the fact that she's been outed as a massive hypocrite.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
And they've really shown they have absolutely no standards, no principles whatsoever, defending her just because they don't like the people she is beefing with. Now let's get a quick rundown of what's happened over the past couple of days. So she came out with this post saying she's very uncomfortable with not safe for work art made of her. Many people, including Chibi Reviews, would point out the hypocrisy of that statement, given the fact she is routinely reposting.
Thank you for the 100 bits. Taking back shots while streaming, talking about not sexualizing her is diabolical.
Very suggestive art of her
VTuber
model. She would respond instead of actually attempting to debunk the criticism. Instead, she would say that he's the guy whose fiance literally cheated on him. And
guys, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being disabled. What I'm saying is, like, why would you make that your entire identity? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why would you want that to be the thing that you're known for? It just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. I mean, actually, you know, what the hell am I talking about? I know exactly why. You
can see the memes. For someone who's constantly preaching about men's mental health, she's not doing a very good job of that. Also, bringing up someone else's lowest moment and their previous relationship opened up a can of worms for her, because people started digging into her, well, former and current relationship, where she was with this streamer who she claimed verbally and physically abused her and even slashed her leg with a knife, leaving a 7-inch scar. She would eventually get back with this individual. And all throughout this process, she would make routine posts shaming people for ever bringing up the lowest moment of her life, which is exactly what she did with Chibi Reviews.
Yeah, because they don't care.
Then she would make a new post.
They don't care. we already talked about this. Like, they don't care. Like, there's no principle behind it. They don't really give a shit.
On the 13th, saying how busy she was in Japan and that she was really just...
Oh, shit. Shadi Deltani, thank you so much for the 1,400 bits. Thank you.
Doubling down on everything, and that, well, it's okay because she is a bad person and she admits that. And, well, yeah, dodging accountability like her life depends on it. She would add on basically saying that she advocates for mental health for women and men, but not for Chibi Reviews. Why, you ask? Because she thinks he's weird. And even that statement itself is very pathetic, because it's not even really her own thoughts. She ran to her Discord server and was basically trying to gauge how they would respond if she made a statement and what she could say to make it look real, among other things. And when that didn't work, shortly after, she would post this, saying, addressing the drama, with a link not to her direct main channel, but instead to a 24/7 rerun channel. And, well, that's very ironic and desperate, especially given the fact just hours before, she was mocking people for farming Twitter engagement because they're poor. And then, well, the next day she would wake up, still in Japan, having a great time, by the way, and she would feel the need to flex on everyone by claiming she bought her first Rolex. Really giving that Pokimane type energy. If you're a broke boy, just say so. But things would take a very...
To be fair, that's how I felt when I got my first Uma Musume Nice Nature watch. I felt pretty baller.
interesting turn over the last 24 hours, where this clip, among others, would go viral. You know, remember the whole fact that her standard with her VTuber model in art is that she doesn't want her character to be straight up pounded. She will not support posts like that by reposting them, what have you. Well, some people are bringing up a clip from one of her streams where they believe she is being pounded while live streaming. Now, we will never know the truth unless she actually says it. And honestly, I'm giving this more for context for her next post, because otherwise you'd be like, what is she even talking about?
What?
But for the clip itself, you can see someone diabolically left a comment with timestamps of all the things that sound suspicious during that stream. And I got to tell you, from listening to it, I mean, there's a lot of weird things going on, right? She's like randomly moaning. She can't really concentrate or read anything on the screen. She's constantly like moving back and forth. And there's even like skin to skin sounds in the background. Like it's if it's real, that's some very diabolical.
Okay.
I just need to like calm down. I'm calm now. I hope you're pulling my my
I see what people are talking about. Like, okay, so like her model, you can't see this because I'm not showing it, but her model is going like this basically, like the whole time. Like, I guess like that she could be fidgeting. Okay. So I fidget, right? So like, if I fidget, like, I mean, maybe her model's more sensitive than mine, because like I'm fidgeting like my legs right now because I do that all the time. But yeah, I fidget all the time, like my legs. Like I do that, you know, the thing where you just kind of like tap your foot on the ground like over and over again. I do that. So I was like, maybe it's just that.
Diabolical and very TOS behavior by her. But of course, these posts would go viral, getting tens of thousands of likes, and people thinking this is another layer of hypocrisy. And people would start making art and edits like this, mocking the situation, where she would then quote this exact post with this now edited post. As you can see, all this is grayed out, not because she changed any of this, but because she edited.
People were saying because she was stressed from streaming all day during a dono. The thing is, I don't know her, to be honest. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't know. I've never seen her stream, so I don't know if like she does that kind of shit normally. And does the rocking back and forth thing normally. Like, I don't know, you know? Leaf, you are kind to a fault, always giving people the benefit of the doubt. No, because I want to know the truth, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really into, like, I'm not into making shit up about people. I want to know what the truth is. I'm interested in what that is, right? So, like, if there's alternate explanations, like, I want to know, is it possible that there's other things, right?
To remove this. So she attached this image of a very clearly fake screenshot from Chibi Reviews, where in the fake tweet it says, went to Walmart today and saw some cute lollies, which honestly made my day. Now, if Deme had the attention span necessary...
Yeah, I'd say I'm not 100% convinced, but it is pretty fucking sus, I will say. And again, like, I don't know, it could be like a model sensitivity thing, like mine... I like anime. So like I set up my stuff specifically to have less movement because I don't want it to be like all super flowy and stuff, you know. I want it to have more of an anime look to it, like a 2D anime look to it. So like I don't know if that's affecting it more. So like this is what I look like if I'm nodding my head up and down. So it's like I don't know if like if I do the leg fidget, it doesn't move that much. So like I don't know. I have to do back and forth fidget my head. Now that's a bit much though, because the thing is side to side movement is like right, like just do this yourself. Do this yourself in real life. Side to side movement while you're sitting down is a lot easier than forward and back movement. Like forward and back movement is like not typical, right? Like side to side is like kind of a typical fidget. Like Yeah, but I don't know, right? Like I don't know if how she usually does this. I mean, I guess we could just look. Let's just look at another stream. Again, I'm not gonna show it on stream just because I don't want to. Because they seem like the type of person that would come after me. Okay, no fidgeting, no bouncing, no fidgeting, no bouncing. None. There's none.
To actually dig into anything before she impulsively started tweeting out fake screenshots, she would know this is the real tweets, where he went to Walmart and saw someone holding a baby kangaroo and said that made my morning. So here you have Deme not only sharing a fake post, but ultimately perversing a very innocent and wholesome interaction where someone was holding a baby kangaroo. But she wasn't done. She also shared more very visible, very public tweets made by Chibi Reviews talking about this anime right here, which his comments would definitely fit the theme of that anime. And she posts this as some proof of, I don't really know what. Again, not debunking anything he said, but as people pointed out, she's on a trip to Japan. She's made everyone know she's on a trip in Japan and having so much fun as she tweets daily, crashing out over this drama, but also trying to use Chibi liking a very well-known anime and making a joke about it while in Japan seems like some very tourist behavior. But then she would edit the tweet, of course, adding on, has to update the tweet since I don't want to spread misinformation. My bad on that. And people were not buying that, saying, yes, you did. That's why you did it. While leaving in misinformation still, referring to the actual body of the tweet that we'll read in just a second. This person saying, you're still doing it, by the way.
Literally
you have no evidence to back up your claims, so
wait, is she? Pack
your bags.
I get it.
You got caught and exposed yourself as a grifter. And then down here, she says, whoopsie, I accidentally posted a fake image to hundreds of thousands of followers without knowing it was fake. My bad, guys. Never again. But here's the actual text. We'll read through it here. Chibi fans want to preach about men's mental health while making fun of a man's attempt. I got slashed accidentally when I pulled the scissors away from him trying to save his life from a horrible decision. Their obsession with the puck fantasy also checks out. Okay, let's just pause for a second here. We're attacking fans now. Okay, she's not even directly addressing Chibi. She's going after fans. And by the way, fans in this context is anyone on Twitter making fun of her or criticizing her. Okay? She's casting a giant net on anyone who's being mean to her and saying they're Chibi fans, right? And also, I just find this interesting given the history of everything. She's now changing the narrative to say it's scissors instead of a knife, which she said on stream was a knife. He said it was scissors, but now she's coming out all these years later to clarify that. I just thought it was worth pointing.
Oh, she bounces while watching to vids on the React channel, says Serium's bottom. Really? Okay, well, I mean, that would be good info on it then.
Out. And then you can see this part right here about this fantasy. Bad timing on that one with the recent viral clip. She didn't deny anything that was happening in that, but just that whole aspect is probably a subject she doesn't want to touch upon too much right now. But she continues on saying, I had no idea that Chibi Reviews tried to take his own life, and I don't wish that upon anyone. Well, here's the problem. You made fun of everything else about the situation that he did not have control over whatsoever. So drawing a line here is interesting, to say the least, but also, how do you not know? Like, the video that she's referring to from Chibi Reviews is like 3 minutes. Don't you want to check out the 3-minute video before you make a whole response bringing up the guy's lowest moment? But she continues on saying, as I said before, I don't care about the guy in general. You've been tweeting about him for days. He made one reply. You could have ignored it or just responded without being psychotic about it. But she says, I'm not going to apologize to a guy who dated a teenager while he's pushing 30. So obviously she is manipulating the language here to make it sound like he's some sort of a predator, when in reality he was with an adult. As far as we know, that's the ages that are public right now. So she's using this terminology of teen to wink, wink, nudge, nudge that he's doing something very, very wrong. And also pushing 30, Deme is 26. What do you mean? What are you talking about? But then she says scammed his fans of thousands of dollars for a lawsuit that never happened, not really elaborating on that whatsoever in her post. I don't think she even understands. I feel like she's being told all these things without actually looking into it and is just regurgitating it. That's why we ended up with fake screenshots and stuff like that.
Thank you, Anime Alchemist. Thank you.
But she continues on saying, never in my life have I heard of people siding with a cheating future wife in any scenario, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not surprised the guy doesn't understand boundaries/consent.
Never in my life have I heard of people siding with a cheating future wife in any scenario. What a fucking asshole.
And well, that's insane. So you're implying something
like, honestly, like,
very
what a fucking
heinous
asshole
about the guy. Yeah. Again, she's using this very manipulative language to paint the guy as some sort of a dangerous person. She continues on saying, if you want to hate me...
Yeah, I've never seen this happen, so it must be your fault. Yeah, fucking asshole.
Through how I speak and carry myself, fair game. However, if you're going to always complain about harassment in Twitter and cause harassment on me, getting physically harmed...
You guys are right. I am too nice to these people.
Harmed, it makes no sense.
Again, thank you for the gift sub. Thank you.
Anyway, I'm gonna continue my Japan trip. Guys, the trip is going so well.
Help it. I can't help it.
She is having the time of her life, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake, you know? She is having a ball in Japan. She's totally not coping. But the replies, yeah, not agreeing with her whatsoever. You really wouldn't have to go through the trouble of writing all this mumbo jumbo if you just wrote a simple, yo, sorry, my bad, that was a bit out of pocket. Yeah, literally this would have diffused the whole situation and everyone would have moved on in the first 24 hours. But here's another one saying, this is you right now. You are digging a hole so deep you won't be able to get out of it.
The
lies, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the Darvo. People see through it all. And you are getting obliterated in the comments. Some people even saying that, well, based on her own actions, that she might be the bad actor in the relationship. An interesting theory. Gonna just advise you to delete your account and graduate. You're not escaping this. Dude, you went full regard. So on and so forth. And here was Chibi's reply.
The truth is it's probably not going to do anything. Because I don't think a lot of the people that are mad right now even watch her anyway, to be honest. I don't think it's the same, like, audience, so I don't think it'll have any effect.
On a separate tweet because he's blocked. Right after this all started, after she replied, she blocked him, preventing any direct engagement on Twitter. Which is a very odd move because she's calling everyone pussies and all this stuff. And she's locking replies on her tweets. She's blocking the people she's been tweeting about.
Removing the timestamp thing. Like the timestamp thing that Rev was looking at, it's not there.
For days. Not giving him a chance to directly defend himself. Especially when she is saying some heinous stuff.
And the comment said that the comment said that she deleted it. The timestamps.
About the guy. But he says... VTuber Deme has now started to use a fake tweet that was created to slander me when I was doxxed and got swatted by police. The fake tweet was created likely from this post I'm quoting. She is now doubling down on Kiwi Farm's rhetoric and lies to attack me. Shameful behavior. And yeah, it really is shameful behavior. It's been like a 4-day-long crash out for her. She is not accepting any criticism on the subject, and it's evolved into something totally embarrassing. She looks like a massive hypocrite.
If you go on X, Chibi has a post saying, yikes, watch this shit. Oh, she's grabbing something with the one hand? No, I saw it. I saw that. I saw it, yeah.
Mean girl, among many other things. But don't worry.
So it looks so, okay, if you don't know what's going on, so basically the model with the left hand, which would be her left hand reaches up, it does like a grabbing motion, but like thumb to index finger, middle finger grabbing motion with like an open hole. And then it like kind of, goes back and forth a little bit. Yeah.
There's so many people willing to defend her despite how bad she looks right now. And they are coping hard. Here's one post quoting a screenshot from my channel saying, on the one hand, he makes it absolutely clear the main hypocrisy in question is her bringing up the Chibi reviews censored. being cheated on when she went through similar experiences herself to the point of asking others not to bring it up. On the other hand, it's censored chibi reviews, bro. So I'm glad these people are making it very clear that they have absolutely no principles, even when they identify pure hypocrisy and is being pointed out by someone like me. They don't care because the subject being targeted in this situation, her attacks on chibi reviews, represents someone this person doesn't like. Therefore, it doesn't matter. And they support whatever Deme is doing. And you can see the replies destroying this individual, saying, censoring chibi reviews name. That is diabolical. Grown man censoring a YouTuber's name like some K-pop stan on some random forum or something. Like, this is so beyond pathetic. So like, please man up a little bit.
People hate Chibi because he really wants to protect anime culture, and he gets really mad at people that are trying to insert stuff into anime and change like the culture around anime. He wants anime in its original form uncensored, basically, and that bothers people.
Savvy asking, which antidepressant are you on? Why are you censoring his name like chibi reviews is some racial slur? You're mentally 10 years old. Well, here's another defender really doing their best, defending Deme, saying engagement farming off of the outrage of predator defenders and basement dwellers in your mentions is insanely based. Oh yeah, it's insanely based to be a gigantic engagement farming hypocrite who shamed people for engagement farming hours before this post, calling them poor. Also, this guy, completely mind broken, reposting Deme flexing getting a Rolex. That is just brutal behavior to support this sort of shameless flexing, this insecure flexing, and be like, yeah, that's a W right there. That's so based is just pathetic.
How much
but then
is
again,
that? Hold on.
Look, W right there.
Bro, that thing is so expensive. Why would you spend this much on a watch? This specific model is 40,000.
That's so based is just pathetic. But then again, look at the person making this, calling people basement dwellers.
So here, why don't we just ask? Let's ask AI just to. It's 13K. Okay, it's 13K then. All right, fair enough.
To support this sort of shameless flexing, this insecure flexing, and be like, yeah, that's a.
I just don't get, like, guys, I don't understand any jewelry, to be honest. Like unless it gives you like fucking +2 to int, like I don't fucking get, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
W right there. That's so based is just pathetic. But then again, look at the person making this, calling people basement dwellers. This guy has 200,000 tweets in less than 3 years. 200,000 tweets in less than 3 years. This lady.
No marriage rings? Okay. I'm gonna say this, okay? When I get married, I don't want a ring or an engagement ring. I want a sword. Give me a sword. Like, if you want, you can put like a diamond in the sword or whatever, and like the fucking, you know, the pommel or whatever the hell. But I want a sword, not a ring. A sword that will go really nice on my ring belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, is asylum behavior. Okay? Completely deranged. You know how many tweets that is? That is thousands a day. That's crazy. Go outside, bro. And then people mocking this guy. Basement dwellers. Look inside. Neck beard, acne, receding hairline.
We'll get you the master sword.
Pack it up, bro.
I'd want the master sword. I think I think a custom sword would be nice. Like one that's like made. Like that would be really cool. And then you could like, and see, the thing is, like, here's the cool thing, right? Is if you get a sword, then you can pass it on. You could heirloom it to like in your family. That's way cooler, isn't it? So like, instead of like you have a ring and like you just wear this ring and like the ring is like nice, right? You could heirloom a sword that they can put on their wall. Like that would be sick, right? Like what? And then, you know, people come to your house and to your kid's house and they're like, what is that? What is that sword? And they're like, that was my mom's sword when she got married. She wanted that instead of a wedding ring. Like,
she's not going to F you, even
right?
if you had a diabolical. But then you can see someone saying, are those predators in the room with us? Because that is apparently what this guy views everyone criticizing Deme.
My jewelry gives me +1 to presents, but then I gotta explain the ass guilt pin to people.
Yes, and the guy simply says, you're here, aren't you? What a witty reply. You know, again, these people love watering down these terms, and we've seen people projecting about...
Leaflit if you're a slime? I mean, like, if your name is Hancock, I don't expect you to, you know...
reply. You know, again, these people love watering down these terms, and we've seen people projecting about this sort of stuff end up being outed as deranged people themselves, so I guess start the clock. But here's another situation where someone is kind of laying down what's happening here. A very simple takeaway here, saying 2 things to be learned here. Before mocking someone for being cheated on, make sure you don't have a effed up love life yourself. And if someone stabs your leg, coming back to that person is the most regarded thing you could ever do.
Well, and they're not wrong, right? Because it's one or the other, right? It's either, yo, this guy fucking stabbed me in the leg, what a fucking asshole, or it's he didn't mean to stab me on the leg, it was an accident. But then, like, it can't be both simultaneously, right? Like, you can't, like, have both scenarios where you're like he stabbed me in the leg and then get back together with him and be like, well, actually it was an accident. Like, you can't have both.
One of the Deme defenders says, all she said was this: there's no her antagonizing him, just laughing at something from months ago, that's it. You could spell it out. You could lay it out on a platter for these people, the way that this is hypocritical for Deme to do when she shames people for bringing up her lowest moments but does it to others, and they still just won't get it. They refuse to get it whatsoever. And people are pointing out in the replies, you literally don't even know what antagonizing is whatsoever. And the original poster replies to people dunking on him by saying, OMG, these chuds. It's the chuds, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the chuds.
Those dastardly chuds strike again, aka anyone I don't like on social media. But overall, this is kind of like the final takeaway. If she just kept her mouth shut, she wouldn't be losing subs and followers across the board. If she just ignored his comment or even made it and said, yo, my bad, that was a little too much, let's move on, she would have avoided all this. But it's been a 4-day crash out for Deme, because the second accountability and criticism comes her way, she goes bonkers. She's completely lost her mind. It's opening up so many different realms in her career and life that was probably not even known until now, but thanks to her own efforts, they've become relevant and have gone viral in response.
What a crazy story, man.